Yeah, it's been I mean, when I got home, I just saw these amazing videos from all my fans, so I just spent hours reposting everything that I saw, and it's very emotional. And then, back down to ground zero and back on the grind. It took a couple of days to get back to ground zero, and yeah, back with the focus on trying to arrive with the same energy and the same focus. Really, really proud of the team. Was back in Italy last week, and seeing just how hard everybody is working to bring not only upgrades to the last race, but just continuing to improve, and seeing them pushing so much. And then, to come here with our first step on the engine side. It's a small step, but we'll take it. It's all about one foot in front of the other. Yeah, it's been crazy to see the flip and people changing their minds from the things that they were saying previously, and so I don't really take much notice. The scene is and most importantly for me, is to see the love from the fans and how people experienced it with me, and that meant a lot. And in terms of championship, I'm not letting that stuff, I've been here before. I know what I have to do. There's a long way to go, so we're not arriving at this weekend thinking about the championship. We're thinking about this weekend, executing the best we can. I think you saw Fred's comments, because I guess also everyone gets excited by this, and it's about, okay, calm down, feet on the ground. Let's keep doing our due diligence. Let's make sure we keep executing. There are no shortcuts to success. We all bring something to the table in the team, and I'm so proud of how hard they're all working. We just got to keep going, keep putting it up, keep leveling up, and so that's what I'm here to try and do.
If the car keeps developing as it is, if you're on top form, if the engine upgrade coming, is there an engine upgrade this weekend?
Yep.
Is there any realistic reason why you couldn't realistically challenge for that championship?
I think the opportunity is there, but it's one thing being there, and then there's another thing all galvanizing the troops and developing. You can hit plateaus in terms of development, all sorts. So all we can do is just take it one day at a time. All we can do is really continue to bring everything. Everyone brings something to the table in this team, and everyone back at the factory is working so hard. They see what's possible, and when you see what's possible, it kind of gives you, it's like a North Star. Okay, that's the direction we need to go. And whether or not the team's had that for a while, I'm not sure, but obviously last year we didn't have really a North Star. And this year we have it, so everyone's doubling down. Everyone's putting that extra bit of work in, even more than what they've ever done before. And I think it's really starting to show in the stuff that's coming through this weekend. We do have a new engine. It's a step. It's not the whole gap, but it's a step. It's 1 foot forwards, which I'm really, really proud and thankful for. And still, Mercedes are the team to win, to beat. They've won everything else, and they've been just incredible this year. They've got a great car. It's an amazing team, World Championship team. So we have a real battle on our hands, and it's going to take absolutely everyone full hands on deck for the rest of the year to even come close to competing with them. But I don't think it's impossible. Well, I think the significance and the importance of it is that I think people watching our sport, at least in my experience, forget that it's actually really quite a lonely road. And I didn't have anybody around me telling me how to think or reminding me don't forget who you are. And then when you come across just a fan just shouting out something at an opportunity just to help remind you, and saying it several times, and it really registering with me and thinking, hold on a second, how have I hadn't even thought of that. And then to see it's a real positive message, an uplifting message, and one I'm incredibly grateful for. If I'm really honest, I'm still trying to figure out, and obviously there's been a repost of the guy that did it when I was in London, when I opened up a store for Fanatics. But there's another time in Milan, and I don't know if it was the same guy or someone at night shouted it from the bush. And I think that was the first time I heard it, to be honest. And I think originally I thought they said, "Who do you think you are?" And so I went into the restaurant thinking, hold on a second, is he, you know? And then when I came back out, he said, "Don't forget who you are." And I pondered on that of the following days, and that's been one of the most. There's like my dad says, "Never give up," when I was like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, and then that message, "Don't forget who you are," are the two most important messages I've ever received.
Remember who you are is what you said and what you posted, that exact phrase after the race and after your win. And then we saw Neymar posted it as well, and you responded on it on Instagram. I was wondering, did you have contact about it, the two of you, and was he inspired by you and your performance?
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be 1 minute. They're landing, so. I got a text from him last week. I mean, we're always in touch, me and Neymar. He's a really great friend and like a brother. So, and then when I saw his post, I was like, that's really, really cool. You know, he's got such a, especially in the Brazilian shirt and everything, I was like, oh, that's just incredible. But it is such a powerful message, and to see him share that also with his amazing fan base. All of the people in Brazil that rely on them to go out and do their job. You know, I think it's something that we need more positivity in the world, and that is a positive message. And you know, it can seem quite a dark place right now. Whilst we turn up here and it all looks lovely, like what's happening around the world, all over, it can be really tough. It can really bring it down. So we need more people shedding like positive messages to lift people up.
What worries you more and why? George, Lewis, or reliability?
All of them. No, but it's not worried. It's not like worried or concerned. Like, I'm aware that, it's not gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be a tough battle because George is super quick. Lewis is in a great moment and is feeling the car and is feeling the momentum as well. So. Definitely it's going to be a tough battle, and that's why it's going to be important to maximize every opportunity because Barcelona I had the issue at the end and lost a lot of points, so yeah, just whenever I can, I just need to maximize everything because you never know what can happen. And of course I wouldn't write off also the others. I think you look out what Max did last year, coming back from so far. That's why it's really important to always be present, stay focused, and again, just do your best and maximize every time you go on track.
Thanks very much. Gracias.
No, I want a good upgrade now. We need 3, 4, 5, but it depends. Sometimes you take one little piece at a time. Sometimes you try and make something so everything goes together because it's a new philosophy or something. But no, we're like 2-3 months behind. That's not one upgrade. That's a lot of bits. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be quickest anytime soon. But hopefully over the next 3, 4, 5 months we can catch up and we can narrow the gap to be on pace with them. But to catch up takes a huge effort from the team, which they're doing, and everyone's very excited and motivated because we know it's possible. So yeah, it's just we're like 3 months behind, and that's a hard task to overcome, but everyone in McLaren knows that we can achieve that, and we're excited to try and do it.
Lewis said in a press conference in Barcelona, "I'm back to doing what I do best," after his win. So with that in mind, is he a bigger title contender to you, or is Kimi Antonelli still the one you've got to beat?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, it's great to see Lewis back doing what he does best. And I think that's also just such an example of how challenging Formula One is, because the cars are so complex, the tyres are so complex, the power units are complex. Everything needs to click. and if one thing isn't clicking, you can't get the most out of yourself. And people were writing him off last year or even the year we were teammates in 24. Is he too old? Is he this? Is he that? And then he goes and he's been smashing it for the last 4 or 5 races, and it just shows that you don't forget how to drive overnight. You need yourself, your team, the setup, the understanding of the tires, everything just to click. And when it clicks, you fly. As you say, it's beautiful. So, and that's where he is at the moment. And for sure, he's a big threat. Ferrari are a huge threat. Kimi is still very much the driver out front and is performing really incredibly and consistently. But yeah, Ferrari feel like they're coming, and Lewis is at the forefront of that.
Hi Fernando, good to see you here in Austria. I was just seeing some quotes earlier today from Mike Crack, basically saying you're too quick to retire and that he hopes you'll obviously stick around with the team for the project to come. I mean, how does that make you feel hearing words like that? And I don't know if it forms any sense of kind of deciding that gut feeling on what you might do in the future.
No, it doesn't change much. I don't need Mike to tell me that I'm fast. I feel it every weekend, every time I jump in the car, and I've been feeling that way for the last 25 years. So yeah, I will make the decision later in the year. But yeah, I will keep racing, wherever the series are, and for sure this is my team, this is my project. I've been in Aston Martin already a few years, and we have the best people in the team. We started with the wrong foot, yes. It takes time to recover in Formula One, but rest assured that we have 1,000 people working in Silverstone from 8 to 8, to improve the situation. The strategy at the beginning of the year was to introduce a new package, later in the season around summertime, and we stick with that decision, all together, drivers, team, management, and yeah, we need to go through this pain, in a couple of races, but we accept it, and we are working hard.
Thank you, Fernando.
Lewis won. That first win for Ferrari is always emotional when you hear your own anthem and then the Italian one. Is there something, you used to do it, Sebastian used to do it, Michael Schumacher used to do it. Is there something that changes? You're kind of emotional on the first one and then you get to join in with the boys on the Italian one? Sure.
It's very nice feeling, as you said. The Italian anthem is obviously very energetic, and you have all the mechanics down in the podium, and it's a thing that we grew up, as you said, with Michael's time, etc., to hear it a lot. So yeah, I think it was a special day for Luis, and a special day for
Lance. Good to see you here in Austria. Obviously last couple of results particularly challenging. Just wondering, you've been in F1 for a while, in terms of the challenge, how does this kind of rank with the challenges that you've had in your career? How do you kind of keep the guys, the team around you, motivated, considering you're kind of in a holding pattern until the upgrades arrive?
Well, we know where we are as a team. We know that right now it's challenging for everybody, but we also know that there's upgrades coming in the pipeline, so it's just about being patient and getting to Budapest, Spa, those races when we should introduce some upgrades.
Do you think this sport has to change to ensure that the talent have the opportunity to make it, because it's become so much more expensive than it used to be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, if it's so much more expensive. I think motorsport's always been a really expensive sport, probably the most expensive sport in the world, just through karting, through all the junior formulas. If you don't have a sponsor helping you out or family helping you out, it's just impossible to compete. So I don't know what the solution for that is.
Yeah, and especially so in karting, we don't see it as much, but the amount of money being spent there is insane sometimes for 10, 11, 12-year-olds, right?
Yeah, it is for sure. I mean, we're spending hundreds of thousands in karting at a young age, and yeah, I mean, I remember in my karting days, if I was fortunate enough to be supported by my family and pursue my dreams through my family. But I remember, if other kids, if you didn't have family helping you, sponsors helping you, it was just impossible to go racing. So it's always been like that. I don't know how it's going to change. It would be great if there was a solution for more kids to have an opportunity to get out there and go racing, but I don't have the answers to.
So Gabby, last couple of races, P11, like you're just on the fringes, coming here to a new race, new location, the field is a bit closer here as well. Just how optimistic are you about what could be possible here?
Yeah, let's see this weekend. Obviously, Austria is a good track. I have good memories from here. Also, last year was my first points here. So, as you said, we are very close to get to the points. In the last 2 races, we have been 1 position away of it. But obviously, at the end of the day, you need to optimize everything and then put it together. And I think we were not really able to do that. Struggling a bit on the start, especially in Barcelona. I think I lost many of my positions there, and then to recover all of that, it takes a lot of time. And yeah. But I'm excited for this weekend, and I think we can do a good job here.
Well, best luck. Thank you.
This particular racetrack is very special. Do you have a memory that stands out from this track for you?
I mean, a few. This has been one of the most special ones for me. My first F2 win was here. My first points in F1 was here, and now getting to Formula One in the second season with Audi. I think we can do a good job here as well. So hopefully we create new memories here.
You need a bit more of luck to come your way and Nico's way on the track. How beneficial was the engine upgrade in Barcelona, though?
It was more of a drivability thing. It was not really a performance. Drivability is performance at the end of the day, obviously, but it's not something that we have seen that we gain massively speed on the straight or something like that. It's just something to help us with the problems we have been complaining since the beginning of the year, that I think we have been open with this to the media as well, and I think we have done some improvements in that direction, so I think it was a positive thing.
Okay. But it does count on the ADUO, the development opportunities?
I guess so, no?
As one of your tokens?
Does he? Okay, yeah, then it counts.
Fantastic. Very quick work, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, some extremely hot conditions this weekend. How will it be for you?
It will be very hot, so as you said, yeah, definitely one of the hottest races. I expected here a little bit cooler than Barcelona, but ended up that it's going to be probably even hotter, so tough.
Valtteri, good few days back in Finland?
Yes, actually first time I managed to find the time to go back to Finland this year, and yeah, it was beautiful. At the midsummer weekend, which is quite a big thing actually in Finland, so the longest day of the year. Sun really doesn't go down, which is crazy, and yeah, it was nice.
Awesome. So heading into this weekend, how are you feeling about things? The team got a substantial upgrade. Feels like you're tracking along quite nicely.
It's going to be warm. That's the first thing. But yeah, we've got some new upgrades, side pods, bodywork, new floor, which should be in theory quite a good step forward. So, but on top of that, we've been working on the reliability issues we've had in the last 2 races, and I think that's still the priority, as I haven't finished the last 2 events.
Well, best of luck for this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is probably going to be the hottest weekend of the 60-year history of Austrian Grand Prix.
60 years?
Yeah, started in 64. So cooling the car will obviously be a big challenge. Where do you see the biggest challenge? Will it be, I don't know, the battery, the ICE, brakes, and how are you, from a technical perspective, react to that? Are we going to see huge cooling louvers or something?
We've got a new bodywork here, which gives us more opportunities for the cooling of the engine. So I'm less worried about that. I think the big test here is the brakes. We've had issues in the last events with overheating. So we've made some changes. We have more cooling options for the brakes, but this is going to be the real test. If we can survive here, I think it means we can survive anywhere on this calendar.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We think there's some kind of Ferrari engine upgrade. We don't quite know what yet. Does that extend to the customer teams? Do you know?
It should do. I think by the regulation we should have the same power unit than Ferrari. So I guess we'll see as we go in FP1 how it feels, if it's any different. I hope I can feel some extra power, but I haven't actually got the details yet. We've got a meeting soon about that, so yeah.
Okay, and the other one was you obviously spent some happy years as teammate to Lewis. He's, I think, 4 or 5 years older than you, but as somebody approaching the 40s, does it please you that guys in their 40s can still win?
It does. It's great to see. I think he's again performing at his best, it seems, at least in Barcelona. So it's inspiring and it's motivating to see that, and I was really happy for him in.
Hey Liam, good to see you here in Austria. Obviously your form's been really consistent. You feel it seems like you're in a really good groove, and that the team are really happy with what you've given the team this year so far. Just wondering, like, silly season's kind of kicking off. Have you had those chats yet about possibly renewing your deal going into the future, or those kind of conversations?
It's very early days. It's been a very good season so far. So yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. Obviously a lot to learn with these cars, and we're doing that every single weekend. And we're in a good place, but we're obviously trying to keep that momentum going. So I would say, yeah, it's very early days for those kind of conversations. But I'm honestly very happy, and we're all pretty happy and feel in a good place.
Cool. Thanks, Liam.
Thank you.
Hey Liam, my colleague just said it was great performance from you lately. P7 twice, P6, taking home all those points. Is it the best version of Liam Lawson we're seeing right now since the start of your F1 career?
I mean, I think naturally with more experience, you get better, and I think especially with the way I came into Formula One, I think it was a little bit challenging. So now having a full season, starting a second full season now. Yeah, I feel in a good place. Feel like I've learned a lot over the last 12 months, especially, and things are working well at the moment.
With these temperatures, it's going to be a really difficult weekend for you guys. What's the most efficient way for you personally to deal with the heat? What do you like best?
Well, there's probably not much you can do now. It's really the training beforehand and being prepared for this kind of stuff and this kind of heat. But it's going to be a tough weekend, I'm sure. It's going to be very, very hot. It's going to be very hard on tyres as well, what makes it more difficult when it's warmer. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be challenging, but obviously we put the work in away from track as well, so I feel good about it.
Are you going to use the cooling system?
I don't think so. I definitely won't use it in the race, but yeah, for now it's depends on obviously how the weekend goes, but at the moment I'm not going to use it.
Great run of points, more in Barcelona. Yeah, different track though here. What are your thoughts on repeating those points here?
Well, I think normally Barcelona is a good test for how the car is on a more normal track compared to places like Canada and obviously Monaco. So it's very positive for us, but we don't necessarily expect it to be exactly the same. So yeah, I think we're optimistic, but especially here, it's always very, very close. So I think the way we sort of execute through the weekend is going to have to be very, very important.
Hey Arvid, good to see you here in Austria. Obviously another double points finish for the team last time out, but Ampermain mentioned afterwards that you kind of retreated in the race. Is that something you're looking to address or trying to improve?
I retreated?
The team retreated in terms of performance.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Is that something that you as a team are looking to kind of tackle, improve specifically this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. I think we were a bit less competitive in the race, but being honest, that's been a bit of a trend so far this year, that we're normally a little bit less competitive in the race than in quali. But for me, I was, honestly, that was a bit more on Liam. Liam showed a little bit more. Actually, my pace was quite good in the race. I'd say it was probably the Monaco and Barcelona were the two best race paces and best I felt in the race so far this year. So for me, for sure, we'll keep learning, keep trying to make our race pace closer to our quali pace. You know, what I can do on my side, tires, driving, everything. But overall, I think it's going in a good direction, so I'm not going to overstress on it.
How much are you enjoying this track? This is your first time, of course, in a Formula One car here in Austria. It's very nice characteristics. What's your take on it?
I don't know. Being honest, it's not a track I've always loved. But I think it is a very cool track. It's very unique. You know, it's got a big difference in corners. You know, you've got low speed, medium speed, high speed, lots of DRS. Well, I don't know. It used to be lots of DRS, so it was good for overtaking. I still think even this year, you know, with the overtake mode and stuff, there will be a lot of overtaking opportunities. So it makes the race a bit more exciting. There's lots of sort of battling you can have also on sort of a racecraft sort of side. Need to be quite switched on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge of the weekend. I think it should be fun.
So Ollie, obviously difficult last race, last time out. How are you feeling about things coming to a track where traditionally has seemed to run quite well around here?
Yeah, last race was challenging for us. We simply didn't have enough pace. On top of that, we had a few things that made our weekend even more difficult. For example, we only had one set of hard tyres heading into the race. That was a choice that we all made, and in hindsight, you know, we wouldn't have made that choice again. So it's all learning. I hope that this weekend we can have a slightly faster car. You know, we've done a few steps and measures to understand what's happened in Barcelona. It's a very tough track, but also it's quite a, let's say, it exposes challenges on the car. So we understand a lot more about it now. There's still things we need to learn about our car, and this weekend hopefully we can have a productive Friday and try to take some performance into the rest of the weekend.
Hi, how do you see the conditions this weekend with the weather?
Yes.
How do you see the conditions?
Oh, how?
With
I
the
think
weather?
said, have I seen
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be hot. Last year was a bit cooler. Just on Sunday it was hot, and now it's going to be similar to Sunday, but throughout the whole weekend. So, yeah, it's a challenge for us. I mean, the whole of Europe is incredibly hot at the moment, so that's why I have my water staying well hydrated. And yeah, of course, it's a big challenge for tires, for brakes, for engine, cooling. You know, we're at a bit of altitude here. It's nothing crazy, but it's still, you know, 700 meters more than we were in Barcelona, and that's another layer of complexity for everybody. But as long as we stay hydrated, we'll be fine.
Esteban, how are you feeling about things heading into this weekend? I know you said after Spain you wanted to work on some of the setup, kind of just get an idea of what it was. How did that homework go, and are you feeling in a better place heading here?
Yeah. I mean, we've obviously debriefed now, you know, about all of that. Obviously, we have very clear directions on, you know, where we need to go. We didn't have the best balance in the car in Barcelona, and that led to you know, quite high tire degradation. So lacking grip, sliding tires, and basically having to box early, you know, made the race quite difficult. So, you know, we fell short of coming into the points. But you know, this weekend is a different weekend, completely different track, obviously, and we have some new parts on the car as well, which is going to be exciting to see in which direction it goes. So I'm looking forward to test that, obviously in FP2 because Rio is in FP1. So yeah, I'm excited to see how we can go into this race.
Hey Esteban, welcome to Austria. Quite different scenery than some other tracks. What's the first thing that comes to mind if you think of Austria?
Well, Austria is awesome. I mean, the first time I came here was when the track was still quite old. You know, it was in 2012, was the old curbs. It had a lot of character, you know, this place. And since then, I've really enjoyed, you know, coming here. We spent a lot of time during COVID as well. You know, I've probably had like 3 weeks in a row where I stayed here, you know, in the motorhome on the track. I was able to go cycling around, go to see some lakes. It's beautiful scenery, you know, the nature around here is incredible, and the track is right in the middle, so it's quite special.
Hi Esteban, with temperatures predicted for this weekend, can you explain a bit more how can the heat compromise drivers' performance?
Yeah, I mean, it will be extreme for sure. You know, it's very warm all around Europe. I don't think it's the warmest here, which is a good point because we'll be cooking in the car, but yeah, it will be very tough, especially for the tires. You know, getting the tires to go until the end of the race is going to be a big challenge. The more heat you have, the more degradation you have. Obviously for us it's also going to be quite tough, but we have the cooling system. Apparently heat hazard has been declared, so we'll be able to use that. So for the first 30 minutes that should help a lot.
Only 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think after that the system is not working anymore. It's a soup, yeah, exactly. So at least we have a bit of something. Yeah, that helps, but it will be tough overall for everyone, and it's quite exciting.